David's recording?
Yep.
Right there.
Oh,
Turn off the
He
light.
wants to
yes, let's turn off the
do
lights.
some extra.
Okay, Melanie, let's get started on the time.
David.
How's that?
Yeah.
David, can you still see them?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, class, please give Selman Razin and Cassandra your undivided attention, and you may start.
Okay. Good morning, class. My name is Cassandra Singh, and today me and my team introduce to you our campaign on Netflix's account sharing crisis.
So my name is Salman Batwari.
And I'm Raising Khan. We're just going to dive into it. So we are representing interdependence, public relations. We believe we're the best company to be representing Netflix because of our vast network of news outlets and as well as our experience with AI technology, which is what Netflix will be using.
And as Razine had mentioned, the company that we are part of right now is a small company. We have really specialized individuals that know the market inside out. So it is a really nice company that we work for. But anyways, diving into the situation, considering that we're working at Netflix, a lot of you guys, show of hands, how many of you guys actually have Netflix right now and paying for it? Okay, cool, a lot of you guys. All right, how many of you guys have Netflix but don't pay for the services? All right, shame on you guys. All right, so the issue here is that a lot of people are password sharing, and that's damaging Netflix from growing in general. It's hurting the company from expanding globally and providing content and just services that are much more valuable to anyone that's using the Netflix interface. You know, just a research done by cordcutting.com and Magit, a market research company, Netflix is losing around $2.3 billion a year just because of password sharing issues. If you break that down further, that's $192 million that's being lost in revenue from the company. Usually it's millennials that are doing this. A lot of millennials in general, my generation of course, we find it easy and simple to just like share the password around with others. I mean, we think it's cool, but at the end of the day, it's not helping Netflix at all. So let's move into the objectives. From this PR campaign, we want you guys to understand that password sharing is unethical in a way. When the initial individual signs up for Netflix, you're paying for the services, and you're basically agreeing to the policies that the company has to offer. So as an individual that pays for the plan, the subscription plan, you're violating the policy by sharing that account with someone else that isn't paying for the services. So we want to make sure that all of you guys, whether you're a current Netflix user or a future Netflix subscriber, we want you guys to understand that this is not right for the company itself. And we're gonna be presenting some tactics so that you guys can understand that eventually this can help resolve the issue that Netflix is going through. And at the moment, Netflix has around 130 million subscribers that are paying currently, and we hope from this PR campaign that we have at least 70 million people paying for the services. So going into the audience, pretty straightforward. As mentioned in my last conversation on the slide, we want current Netflix users, future Netflix users, and people that are password sharing, all those shameful people out there, to understand that this is wrong, right? And in general, we're targeting 13-year-olds to 65. The teenage range more because first of all, we have a lot of high schoolers and middle schoolers watching Netflix on their free time, whether it's between classes or after school. We want to target those individuals as well. And then we have adults, people that go to work, try to watch Netflix, try to watch a show on their spare time. We want to target those individuals as well. So now we're going to dive into the next part with my colleague, strategies.
So as Sohan mentioned already, Netflix right now is taking a huge revenue loss due to account sharing, and right now Netflix is really aware that about 5 to 8 users are using one password account. So our PR campaign came up with a strategy to kind of reduce the revenue loss and increase the amount of accounts that we can get users to sign up for. So we came up with a 6-month plan strategy. So for the next 6 months, we're gonna reward our members and current members and future members. So for the next 6 months, we're gonna have each of our Netflix members just try to get them to persuade them into a reward, which would be given them them 1 month waive free payment. So if you refer a friend and get a friend or a family member to sign up for an account, we're gonna waive your next month's payment. So if you sign up a friend in June, we're gonna waive your month for July. And kind of to like implement our strategy, we need to perform tactics. So going into tactics, we're gonna be using social media. Social media is like a big platform right now, and because our target audience are millennials, we wanna use Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, because that will like attract our audience and get them more aware of the offer that we have going on right now. And for the next 6 months, we're gonna be posting on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We're also gonna be posting on a Netflix's media blog, and using news releases and press releases, which we think will be beneficial to our campaign because it's gonna help spread the word, and it will also have all of our terms and conditions about the offers that we're gonna have for the next 6 months. And another tactic that we decided to use is a hashtag, because since social media is gonna be a big part of our strategy, we want to use stop sharing, which will get everyone going, and it will be under our post. Like Sohan said, we right now have 139 subscribers, and we wanna get at least half the amount aware of what's going on, and to get at least half of the amount just to be ethical and stop account sharing overall.
I will be letting you guys about our scheduling. So for our 6-month campaign, we're gonna be starting off with a press release, followed by in-app messaging that will change so that you'll see what is the actual Netflix app. And then we plan on posting on social media for Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, as Cassandra said. We timed these specifically to reach our audience optimally. So according to research, Instagram is most viewed on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Facebook is most viewed on Thursdays at 8. Twitter on Friday and Saturdays. And blog posts are usually viewed on Wednesdays because people are going through their midweek boredom and trying to find something new to read. And then email newsletters seem to do really well on 10 p.m. on Tuesdays, just because it's the beginning of the day and you're not in that Monday rush that you're usually in. And that's the following 6 months. Just to briefly go over our budget, we divided our budget into 4 different sections. The first is staffing fees, next is public relations, which is all of the press releases, blogs, in-app marketing, email newsletters, and then social media and other expenses. It's just money that's allocated for as contingency. So as you can see, majority of our budget is going towards staffing fees. A third of it is going to our social media plan, and then 15% is going to the other tactics that we mentioned, leading us to a total of $100,000. This is just a way for you guys to see how we're spending our money and when. So this is a monthly breakdown of how much we're expected or projected to spend each month. So you can see at the bottom. And this just lets you see how we're doing, and we plan on touching base after quarter 1 to make sure that we're on track and make sure that our budget's following through. And even if we're not, if there's something going over budget, we'll be able to make up for it in Q2 and just figure out ways to allocate elsewhere. So as of right now, we projected a total of $100,000. But if everything goes according to plan, you'll only use $94,960 of that. So that leaves us with a surplus of $5,040. And so just going on into the evaluation, we're expecting that 94% we're expecting to use 94% of our budget, and 90% of the use of population to attract 90% of the population, and to get 85% of users to stop sharing their passwords, and then 88% of yearly revenue increase for Netflix, and then 50% of our paying subscribers to be actively engaged and stop sharing social media.
And as last comments, like this is all to ensure that everyone's on the right page with everyone else. We want, as mentioned, the whole purpose of this campaign is to ensure that everyone is being ethical and not password sharing in the future. but all these numbers are to ensure that we are doing our campaign correctly and to help Netflix grow as a whole company.
And we do believe that giving our members 1 free month if they get a friend or family to sign up will be a great beneficial way and will receive less of a loss than account sharing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We're gonna open to the Q&A. Any questions or comments for Stefan, Mazine, and Cassandra?
Okay, so I have a question, like, how do you define account sharing? Because, like, if my mom pays for Netflix, right, so you're able to get like 5 screens, I think, and then there's like a next level of membership, I think it's like $10 a month, to get even more screens. So like, what's considered account sharing, because I'm technically using my mom's account, but like, she really got it for like the whole household to use.
So I was reading an article with the team about the CEO mentioning that, you know, account sharing with your family and household members is totally fine. I mean, they in fact want you to share it with your family members. But if you're sharing it with someone that's not part of your family, then, you know, you're basically violating the policy, right? If you share it with, like, say that you're the mother, right, in the family, right? And you're sharing it with your best friend, because, you know, you're cool with her, you're chill with her, right? You know, you guys go to a little bar and talk about, you know, hey, you know, I wanna watch this show on Netflix, but I don't even have a Netflix account. You're like, okay, you know what, I got this account, you can use it. You're violating it, right? You're password sharing. You're sharing your account, your information with that individual that has no right to see that information in general. So that's password sharing. But overall, with your family, it's fine.
Also, just to add on to this point, they're like coming out with new AI technology that recognizes when you're using the same account in different locations with your IP address, and there's just a lot more innovation going into this right now. So we're not sure exactly how it's gonna happen, but it's.
I just want to comment because it kind of relates to like Spotify. Like, I know Spotify is account sharing, but the interesting thing with Spotify is like when you share an account, you guys can't listen to music at the same time.
Yeah.
So I wonder if like Netflix is it possible for them to like make it so that you can't watch movies at the same time? Like, are they onto that, or is that like not even a thing? I don't know.
I'm sure it is. I don't know if you've ever gone over your limit of people watching at the same time. They do prevent you from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys hit a really good point that people aren't really aware of like the ethics behind it, but I think like your strategy in terms of saying like shaming and like hashtag stop sharing might like rub people the wrong way in a sense. Like, do you think there's a way to make people be aware of this issue but not necessarily say, oh, like, don't do that, like, what's wrong with you, you know, like just like in a more engaging and like positive way, I guess.
Well, I think that's kind of why we came up with it, to reward you guys, to know that we do appreciate your services and we do want you guys to be Netflix members and users. It's not fair to our revenue and account share.
And in general, the CEO mentioned he doesn't really mind that people are sharing, but as long as you understand that you are in a way violating the policies, right? If you're not gonna understand that, then you know what's the point? So it's not good.
So we're gonna wrap up because we have 4 more presentations to go through.
I also say because your hashtag is stop sharing, and you guys also want to promote Netflix by sharing like subscription with your like friends and fans, like other fans, that wouldn't be counterproductive to like share it you get free month or like hashtag stop sharing.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
No, I don't know if you understood. She was saying that it's kind of like you make your own account.
Yeah,
So,
but
like the way
I'm
Uber
saying
does.
is like you're trying to promote Netflix by making like the users share with their friends, but you also want to stop the password sharing by account sharing by promoting through social media. It's like promoting 2 different
Gotcha. Okay, we
promoting-
commented.
We need to wrap up. We need to reaffirm our presentations, right?